Let's play in the deep end with a shadow integration practice called Love the Heart of Fear. What does the heart of fear mean? Is it possible to love fear? I'm Christelle Arcucci. You're listening to the Soul Purpose Podcast, the lightning path of embodied spiritual awakening with shadow and light integration. Quit people-pleasing, create healthy boundaries, reclaim power, and live your soul purpose legacy. You may have noticed that episode 8 is weeks late. This episode is going to start with the real life challenges I am currently facing, instead of the past episodes that focused on core elements of what I teach my clients and with which I have achieved a certain level of mastery. This episode is real life, and that feels pretty vulnerable to me. This episode was supposed to be called Wounding or Wisdom, How to Heal Your Intuitive Body. On a Tuesday a few weeks ago, a Facebook Live I created 4 years ago popped up in my Facebook memories. It's called Loving the Heart of Your Fear. I watched it, and I was honestly impressed that this lady named Christelle Arcucci dropped some wisdom bombs and knows something. Some important things about shadow integration and transformation. I had the audio transcribed as inspiration for a future episode of the podcast. On Wednesday, the very next day, a wildfire started dangerously close to my home in Northern California. As soon as I hear about the fire, I check how close it is to my home. I jump in the car and drive home, hoping I will still be able to make it home to collect my valuables and evacuate. I know the roads may already be closed. I'm driving towards an enormous wildfire. The fire clouds and smoke are enormous and terrifying. In 2016, the wildfires in California started immediately impacting my friends, places I love, and communities very near me. In late summer of 2020, after 4 years of this intense stress combined with the dangerous air quality and the pandemic, it felt like hell. I swore to myself I wouldn't and couldn't stay through another fire season in California. When I arrive home that Wednesday, I'm already in a fight or flight stress response. I'm grateful I made it home before the roads closed or the fire reached my home. Yet, I'm feeling overwhelmed about what to take, where to go, or what to do next. The Facebook video on Tuesday had given me a bone-deep transmission, the feeling of loving the heart of my fear that I had no idea was preparing me for the events that I would be facing the very next day. So now, even in this intense fight or flight situation, love is coursing through my heart and flooding my system along with the stress hormones of the fight or flight response. Gentle reminder for all of us to pay attention to all the signs and resources you are offered, even if they don't make sense in the moment. Now you have a good idea why this episode is focused on loving the heart of your fear and why I am weeks late in delivering this. And honestly, in the past 5 weeks, there have been 3 wildfires that have threatened my home, as well as several other personal challenges. As you know, I get off on befriending my shadows, loving my shame, loving my fear, and getting in there and being with the parts I wish didn't exist. It would be easier if life was just unicorns, rainbows, and wildflowers, right? Earth School is the Shadow Integration Master's Program that you may not have realized you signed up for yet cannot escape. So let's make this wild ride more enjoyable. All kinds of protection mechanisms and survival strategies keep you from looking at your fears, help you avoid feeling pain, sadness, grief, shame, even desire or sexual arousal. Your brain is wired to survive, to try to keep you away from what you fear in order to keep you safe in what is known and familiar. Yet your journey of awakening who you are and your purpose is rooted in being able to embrace your full human experience and your ability to accept and even love yourself. You can say all day long, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. And there's a part of your brain saying, yeah, but what about that horrible thing you did? What about that horrible thing you said? What about swearing at the person that didn't use their turn signal? What about that thing you did when you were 5? You were so bad and wrong, so you aren't lovable. It's easy to love the pretty parts of yourself. Easier, anyway. It's harder to love the undesirable things about yourself, to love the bad things you've said and done. Dominant culture decides what is good or bad, right or wrong, acceptable or forbidden. I'm exploring embracing my shadow, befriending the skeletons in my closet, rather than trying to pretend they're not there. I invite them for tea. It takes an enormous amount of courage to acknowledge and accept your shadow. Let's be real. Shadow integration isn't a casual thing you take up one day and it's all grand and rosy, with all your skeletons carefully coming down in an orderly fashion out of the closet to sit at the table with you. They will likely throw shit and be really mean at first. Is loving the heart of fear possible? And why am I talking about it? It's an important part of your journey of healing and a central way to love those horrible parts of yourself. This shadow integration practice doesn't condone bad behavior or abuse from yourself or anyone else, but it is about loving the wounded parts of yourself and the collective. When you can do this inside yourself, you'll be better able to engage with the shadow aspects of others and the collective. The heart is a soft yet powerful and vulnerable, innocent, tender core element of everything and everyone. When you tune in to that truth, it's easier to imagine the possibility of loving the heart of anything, even what you want to avoid or you fear. Start this practice by being willing to admit and be with your fear, doubt, shame, sadness, grief, addiction, or the victim, perpetrator, rescuer model we've spoken about in other episodes. Love all the parts of yourself that you wish didn't exist, and also the behaviors and traits which trigger you in others. Acknowledge the shadow exists and be with them. I see you. Invite them into your journaling practice, meditation, or a mindful movement practice rather than pushing them away. I feel you. The next level is to love your shadows. Love the heart of your fear. Love the heart of your deepest, darkest, scariest parts. The ones that if you could, you would throw them out of the universe. I love you. I've discovered the heart of fear is where so much power lives. I will even go so far as to say unlimited power lives. Tap into the power to be more aligned, on purpose, and connected to who you are and what you're really here to do. The more that you run from fear, the more that you run from being yourself. Is that a game you want to play? Playing hide and seek with the infinite power of your soul is why you decided to become human. In many ways, it's very fun. In other ways, it's very challenging. This teaching is demonstrated in the 5 acts or powers of Shiva, the ability to create, maintain, destroy, conceal, and reveal. The game of playing hide and seek with each other and yourself is a fun game when you're young. Do you still enjoy that divine play now? Especially with the intensity of what's happening in 2020 and 2021, for example? Although the way that adults most often play hide and seek is unconscious and full of shadow material. Most often, you don't even realize what and who you are hiding from. Leela is a Sanskrit word that means divine play and is a powerful tool to help remind you of the conscious game of hide and seek that you decided to become human and to forget that you are infinite intelligence. You are the creator itself. Using your life force energy to hide who you really are and what you think is exhausting and painful and can lead to illness, depression, anxiety, and suppressed immune function. I invite you today, at whatever level you're ready, is to enjoy the divine play, the Leela of learning to be with your fear. Name fear. Be with fear. Befriend fear. Love the heart of fear. Look fear in the eye and really be with what is there. Be willing to stay in the intensity and see what opens for you. In my practice of loving the heart of fear, I like to practice this while eye gazing in the mirror. After a few breaths to drop in, it doesn't take long before there's a massive shift. As I'm able to feel the resistance to fear, the fear softens and opens. The resistance to feeling fear, which is most often a hidden desire to control in order to feel safe. Resistance is the desire to push away or to get away from. It takes so much energy to resist. The practice of simply being with fear, being with doubts, demons, shadows, or skeletons unlocks so many resources and so much power. Loving the heart of what you want to avoid or destroy changes everything, and it changes quickly. Where are you in your journey of loving fear, shadow, or what you wish didn't exist within you, others, or the collective? Be willing to be with your fear. Love the heart of what scares you most. Love the heart of the most horrible things you've done in your life. Love the most horrible thoughts. And learn to love life itself. All of it. I still often want life to be easy, playful, abundant, and full of all of my favorite things. And the reality is that life on earth is an expression of the spectrum of all possibilities and experiences. My practice is to anchor myself in the moment with breath, mindfulness, and movement practices, and then remember the divine play of life on earth, that humanity is actively co-creating this experience. Love your shadow. It liberates you from struggling against what is and trying to control the uncontrollable. Your shadows will act out when you try to get rid of them or repress them. The shadow will create trouble unless you can love your shadow, love your shame, love your anger, love your rage, love your sadness, as much as you can in each moment. Be willing to turn towards, look in the eyes of the parts of yourself that you wish weren't there, and love all parts of yourself. When you're able to do that, then things will change in the outer world. It's so easy to run from the hard and ugly stuff. Oh, just keep yourself busy and do anything to avoid looking at or being with fear. Turn towards fear. Be with anger. Embrace sadness. Sit with rage. Embody grief. Love the heart of fear. To the healing that is possible and the transformation that is available, love your heart and love what you fear most. Thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to walk the soul purpose path with you. You're listening to the Soul Purpose Podcast, the lightning path of embodied spiritual awakening with shadow and light integration. Quit people-pleasing, reclaim power, and create your soul purpose legacy. You can access the free Soul Success Journal and meditation and all the episodes of the podcast and any goodies mentioned in this episode at soulpurposepodcast.com/8. I believe in you and the magic power of your soul. For more revolutionary teachings and tools, please follow us on your favorite podcast app or visit soulpurposepodcast.com. I look forward to connecting with you on the next episode. I am sending you so much love and big hugs.